there's a new advent of the fake Star of David state provoking China by saying that China is harboring Hamas, yada, yada, yada. First of all, the fake Star of David Principality has no jurisdiction, should not be going around the world and taking anybody's from any country's money to finance whatever the fuck they're doing. So that's number one. But number two, y'all need to go sit down. That's number two. Number three, okay, it does seem like it's the right thing to support China, but China is like where they would pivot to. By they, I mean all the principalities that have a bunch of money, the billionaires, the world's billionaires, they would go to China. If all failed in America, which they plan on doing, they would go to China because China is already set up like what they want to do for America, or to America, I should say. What they want to do to America, China already is. The social credit score, digital currency, bullshit robots in the street that tell you if you're jaywalking or not and find you $50, shit like that. You're breathing too heavy, then there's a drone in the sky that's calculating your fucking inhalations and your exhalations. And at the end of the day, they fucking write you a bill for $200 for breathing too much. Like shit like that. So everyone that's like saying, oh, well, if the fake Star of David Principality goes to war with China, I'm going to move to China. Girl, you need to be fighting your sovereignty here while you still have it. Because China doesn't have sovereignty. They have renditions of bullshit. So if they're going to try to do like a reverse psychology on you, oh, you don't want to be in America because it supports the fake Star of David state. And then your option, you think your option would be to go to China? I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's smart at all. Like I said, these oligarchs, this monarchy of the echelon of hell, okay, ranks of hell, these principalities of hell, they would pivot to China. They would pivot to China, Singapore, maybe Taiwan. They would pivot there. And even some in Russia, that's what they would do. And that's what they had planned to do in the first place. They're just setting up the framework to incite something else. You see what I'm saying? Like if they're not going to be able to incite right versus left while they get away with their debaucherous principality bullshit, then it's like, okay, they'll still try that, but then they're also going to pivot into this World War III or this World War narrative where now Netanyahu is like the bad guy and, everyone's rooting for China. And then so when China takes over everything and makes everything less sovereign, you're going to be more willing to be like, oh, it's okay because China's coming. They're like coming to the rescue. You guys are always looking for someone to come to the rescue. Listen, your sovereignty as people should be paramount, period. China is not the answer. I'm telling you that right now. It sounds nice, but it's not the answer. And this fake Star of David Principality and all of these regimes that fall under it are almost counting on you, viewer, to be kerfluffled and take all your vitriol that you have for the fake Star of David Principality and root for China so that they can enact another plan C, plan D, whatever the plan this is. Because you have to understand there's like multiple storylines that they're trying to play at once so that they can do what they're really trying to do and pivot into their end goal in the first place. So yes, China would not be the answer. Also, they are using like a sort of reverse psychology. It's another psyopery. It's using like reverse psychology to invoke people who already have like apprehension, disdain, critical thoughts, critical views against the fake Star of David Principality. Then it would pivot y'all who have this sort of frame of mind to root for China. And like I said, China has always been in the fold for the principality. Now, they might not have as much control over China as they think they do, actually, but China has always been in their framework of the debauchery of things that they do and their machinations and plots and plans and schemes. So, like I said, you need to be always questioning what's going to be taking away your sovereignty and do the opposite